All right, guys. Today I want to bring you a short, quick little update video here of what the latest addition to the ongoing project. We finally got in. I made a couple videos a while back over the last year and a half, mainly about this thing. As you guys know, we're those who've kind of been following along. We're swapping engines. 408 is going out, 430 is going in. We're going from about a 550 horse, 550 torque hydraulic roller, pump gas friendly type of engine to something a little bit more temperamental, but that's okay. 5-speed transmission, TKO 600 sits right there. That's behind the 408 now, but newest addition to the family, this guy right here, T-56 Magnum, Tremec 6-speed Magnum. We went through Jegs. Jegs stepped up, outdid Summit is really what it came down to. So yeah, I got the 266 first gear. I think it's a wide, they call it the wide ratio. 266 first gear, which I think is a little taller of a gear, not so short as a 297. 297, I was, my concern is just not being able to launch the car in first gear. So that was the reason for wanting to go with the lighter gear. Fifth and sixth gear on this. Fifth gear is a 0.80 and sixth gear is 0.64. So double overdrive. TKO is a 5-speed. It's a good transmission. It shifts. It leaves something to be desired when it comes to downshifting, shift quality, just shifting in general. Leaves something to be desired. This bad boy right here is basically the aftermarket version of the TR6060 found in CTSVs, C6 Corvettes, GT500s, on and on and on. This is the aftermarket version, 700 pound-feet torque rating capacity. So hopefully it's going to handle the duty of the engine that it'll be going behind. The other piece of the equation is the 7800 shift, 7800 RPM shift capability. The engine will be we're predicting it'll be somewhere in the 75 to 8200 red line type of situation. So this is kind of what we needed. The other thing is the clutch will be going with the McLeod RXT twin disc. So this unit here has the Lakewood scatter shield. You guys probably can't see down there. As you guys know, Lakewood is they were bought by someone else and they kind of slowed down. So QuickTime has kind of filled that portion of the market when it comes to your aftermarket bell housings and the applications. Right here I got the rear tires off for the Falcon. I threw these little skinny donut things on here. They're not really donuts, but they're just what used to be the front tires on it back in the day. I threw them on there just to just in case I wanted to go somewhere and kind of burn them off or whatever. I would do that. But long story short, on the right rear I'm rubbing pretty bad, and you can see it's how much it's cutting into this tire. So I'm gonna have to address that. These are 335 3018s. It's on a Chris Austin G-Link with their builder tubs. So that's pretty much what that setup is. Let's go in here and take a look at the other piece to this. So rather than running the Lakewood scatter shield, wouldn't work with this combination. And again, Lakewood is kind of they have their certain applications, but QuickTime has just really filled the bill over the years in terms of just being able to provide a setup for multiple applications. So that's what we did. Got some hardware for the gearbox to bell housing, and then bell housing to the block. So looks like some good hardware, grade 8 bolts, and yeah, you know, I'm a happy camper. Looking forward to it. I still owe you guys a dyno video. So the engine's coming together. We're waiting on a harmonic balancer that's on its way. The balancer it's an ATI unit, and then once we get the balancer, we'll press it on the crank, and then we can put the front engine cover on. Once the front cover goes on, that oil pan goes on, and then the heads are already bolted on. We'll drop in the push rods, lifters, install the rockers, and all that stuff. So long story short is the engine is coming together. It is coming together. Nice separator plate. QuickTime seems to be a legit good company. And here's the couple stickers in here. Some installation instructions. So yeah, big piece of the equation is now is in place. So it's just one step in the game going forth, because as you know, that's just the, you know, it's the transmission, but you know, installing all this stuff is another story. Then also you got to consider that the drive shaft right now is for a Curry 9-inch Daytona bearing. I think I'm saying it right. The Daytona bearing, or the yoke. So, so what we're saying, or what I'm trying to say, is that the drive shaft length is currently for a TKO 600 back there, as well as the cross member. Now we got a transmission that's probably, I think this thing's about, I believe it's like 2 inches longer than the TKO. In some ways it's a little bit, I think it's taller top to bottom, but it's narrower. So I may have to narrow the trans tunnel of this thing to get it to fit, as well as the shifter location. May have to modify that or cut an additional hole. So that whole setup, the way it is now, is just gonna be changed around a little bit. Mind you, this was originally a 289 C4 car, so just a little changes. This engine right here has been a beast for going on the better part of a decade, turnkey, just about every time. I mean, I've gone out of country for 6 months. It sat in storage. I had the battery disconnected the whole time, came back, connected the battery, pumped the carburetor for gas, for fuel, and the thing fired right up. So this engine has been a beast. It's a Boss block, Boss 351 block, Victor Jr. heads. I got another video uploaded that kind of gives you guys the real breakdown on this thing. So this engine has been a workhorse. I've driven it from NorCal to Tahoe. I've driven it from NorCal all the way down to Lancaster, which is Southern California. This thing ain't missed a beat. While the car was in paint for 1.5 years, the thing sat, and I mean, I did an oil change, and just I've been pretty impressed and happy that the car has survived, or that the engine survived. Yeah, hydraulic roller setup, 1:7 ratio. I think they're the Crane gold